What's good, y'all? This video actually came out of nowhere. I was starting on a different video which kind of inspired and led to this video, so I decided to do this video first before I drop the other video.
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
But none of that matters. Here we are right now. We're going to be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies in this video and how they went from this
I'm fine on the West.
to this. Starting back in 2011, the Grizzlies always stayed relevant by keeping their name in the playoff picture, mostly being known as this tough, hard-nosed, defense-first type of team who wasn't going to lay down for nobody. They didn't necessarily have superstars on their team, but they did have some known players such as Rudy Gay, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley. But the Grizzlies front office knew those players were getting towards the back end of their careers. And that leads us to the first and one of the big pieces of the new look Grizzlies. No other than Mr. I'm saying? Who was actually drafted by the Houston Rockets and immediately traded to the Grizzlies in the second round of the 2017 NBA draft. They finished that year with a 43-39 record in the regular season and losing in the first round to the San Antonio Spurs. I guess at this point you could say their rebuild officially started as they missed the playoffs over the next 3 years from 2018 to 2020. But it was all good though, because hope was definitely on the way, as the Grizzlies front office did a great job drafting over these next couple of years. Drafting future all-star players such as Jaren Jackson Jr. in 2018, shout out to him, straight out of Michigan State, Ja Morant in 2019, and making the right call by trading for Desmond Bane and Xavier Tillman in the 2020 draft. And shout out to Tillman as well, another MSU Spartan. With the Grizzlies' new core of young players, they made it to the playoffs in the 21 season, finishing with a record of 38-34, but unfortunately they lost in the first round to the Utah Jazz. Now moving on to the 2022 season. This is when the Grizzlies' young core really started to mesh together and they took off, finishing with a 56-26 record and second in the West. Love them or hate them, the Grizzlies was super entertaining to watch. From their pregame antics to their highlights on the court, them trash talking before, during, and after the game, it seemed like the Grizzlies was on their way to the top, having fun and putting on the show while doing it as well. Fast forwarding to the playoffs that year, the Grizzlies brought the excitement back to the NBA playoffs. I can't speak for everyone, but for me personally, I couldn't wait to watch the Grizzlies play that year. I'm not usually a huge fan when it comes to watching the Timberwolves. I consider them one of those boring teams, but the Grizzlies, they made that series worth watching. Even T. Morant and Cat's dad got in on the trash talk with each other.
What, the last time they had a lead, I seen people leaving 5 minutes early. I don't know, the game wasn't even over yet.
Like them young people say, that's all cap. That's all cap, he lying. First win, so y'all will feel like y'all was in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, guess what? Y'all ain't never won in the playoffs, so welcome back.
Hey,
Look, for what?
game and y'all out of here.
Yeah, guess what? You know what this means? You got to catch up to our one. You're one behind. The son's jersey. Don't worry, he already wear baggy clothes. He'll be fine.
Hey, no, don't worry about it. He gonna catch hell putting on my son jersey.
And once it was all said and done, the Grizzlies took it in 6 games. And you know T. Morant was not going to allow Cat's dad to get away.
Yeah.
Well, I can't put it on, but I'll definitely hold it.
No, you gotta put it on your
Ja Morant, thank you so much. One more gritty for the road.
T. Morant up here talking about something. No, you got to put it on your arm or something. Knowing good and well that man could not fit Ja's jersey, man. Like trying to embarrass him on national TV. I guess Ja winning wasn't enough. He wanted to humiliate that man. But it didn't even stop there, man. Ja grittied on the Timberwolves logo.
Right foot creep, walking with that heater.
But after beating the Timberwolves in round 1, this is when things really got interesting, as they matched up with the Golden State Warriors in round 2, beating the Warriors in the regular season 3 out of the 4 times that they matched up. And even to go as far as trash talking them after the game. For those who may not know, the Warriors slogan is strength in numbers. So him tweeting that obviously was a jab at the Warriors. Even though the Grizzlies was a fairly young team, he did kind of have a point. Their roster was kind of deep. Besides the core guys, you had players like Steven Adams, Kyle Anderson, Danny Green, Tyus Jones, Xavier Tillman, along with a few more solid players coming off the bench as well. Oh yeah, and how can I forget about Andre Iguodala? It's like, nah, Iguodala said, man, I ain't with all that rebuild stuff. I'm at the back end of my career. I just came off winning 3 championships with the Warriors. I'm trying to be on another team that's contending for rings. So looking back at it, I mean, do you blame the Grizzlies players for taking that personal?
A guy that's on our team doesn't want to be on our team. I can't wait till we find a way to trade him so we can play him. And I could just be to show him what really Memphis is about. Now we have a player that we're getting that actually wants to play with us.
Iggy's actions basically said, man, y'all not even good enough for me to put on the Grizzlies jersey. Let's long step on the court for y'all. So the trash talking during the regular season, the situation with Iggy a couple years ago, all these things just led to a highly anticipated playoff series between the Warriors and the Grizzlies. And man, if you remember this series, it did not disappoint. And with the Grizzlies having home court advantage, you know they came to set the tone in game 1. But it didn't go according to plan as this happened.
Bain to Clark, Clark to Morant, Morant on the drive, scoop layup, no good, it's over. Golden State holds on and wins game 1.
Man, you know this was serious to Clay if he's reacting like this.
It's over.
This wasn't just a regular dub to Clay. Clay took this personal, man. But the Grizzlies knew they had to come out stronger in game 2. And that's exactly what they did, because they knew they could not go back to the Chase Center down 2 games to nothing.
The drive, the floater, and Hart to tie this series at 1 apiece.
Even though the Grizzlies got the dub in game 2, most of the post-game talk was about Dillon Brooks' foul on Gary Payton, resulting in Dillon Brooks getting ejected from game 2 and Gary Payton missing the rest of the playoff series versus the Grizzlies.
Then Brooks got there late with the swipe and he clubbed him on the side of the head. One more time. And Jim just trying to break his fall. Payton at the...
Moving on to game 3, you could definitely tell the Warriors wanted to make a statement and to win this game for Gary Payton, as they came out on fire and destroyed the Grizzlies in game 3. But once again, an injury was the main talk after the game, as this time it was on the Grizzlies side, as Ja Morant came down with a knee injury, missing the rest of the series.
His father, T. Morant, asked him, "You good?" Ja didn't respond, but T. Morant then said to me, "Look, he's..."
He was a basketball player. When we win, we doubled him. And I hit the ball, and I was going for the ball. I mean, obviously, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. I'm not even that type of player. I respect everybody, so.
The Ja Morant stuff, whether there was a tweet and then he deleted it, some feelings of that Jordan broke the code. Is that just playoff talk to you, Clay? Or?
I don't think there was any malicious intent from Jordan. I don't even think he's strong enough to... We're not out there trying to hurt people or trying to club people in the back of the head on a fast break. We play the game the right way, and I'm going to have his back.
The Warriors proceeded to win game 3 and 4 at home as they went back to Memphis with a 3-1 lead. I guess the Warriors wanted to give their fans a special treat and decided not to end the series in Memphis, as clearly they took the night off as they lost to the Grizzlies 134-95, getting blown out by 39 points. And as the Warriors probably knew by then, they cannot lose to the Grizzlies because things like this will happen. Man, like, mind you, they're still down 3-1. Well, I guess 3-2 now, but they still have to go back to the Chase Center, where up until this point in the playoffs, the Warriors were undefeated at home. But that's also what made the Grizzlies so entertaining, is they legit did not care. If they beat you, they were going to let you know about it. But the Warriors didn't even care, as you saw Draymond Green was singing along with the crowd, knowing good and well when they got back home, that was the end of the Grizzlies season. And as we all know, they were correct. So even though the Grizzlies got eliminated in the second round that year, hands down, they made the playoffs worth watching. And I'm not personally a Grizzlies fan, but they made me a fan after that year, and I was definitely looking forward to the next season.